I'm on here about 4 minutes early, just wanting to make sure I've got everything in camera, that everything is looking good. I didn't put out prior notification that I was going to go ahead and do my regular Tuesday at 10 a.m. live. 10 a.m. Eastern time. It might be different for you depending on your time zone. But anyway, welcome. I'm going to wait just a couple of minutes, see if anybody pops on. I've got some goodies to share with you guys today, and we're going to do some foiling. All right, I got my pre-order in yesterday, and we're not going to go through all of it, but I did want to just kind of show you some highlights. I know I've got a glare on my light. I don't know. That's probably about the best I can do is kind of shove it up in the corner, but I still need light so you guys can see. Okay, and I am showing 9:57, 3 more minutes. And there have been so many good things happening. So I did have my party last Friday. It was wonderful. I'm still laughing over it, delightful that everything went as well as it did. I made 2 big pans of pizza casserole. I made broccoli cheese bites. Oh my goodness, what all did I fix? I fixed 2 different desserts, pineapple fluff and pumpkin bread with chocolate chips. It's a really moist bread, so good. There was, oh yes, a spinach artichoke dip in the crock pot, and I had different crackers and chips and things that people could pick from. We had green olives, black olives, cashews, just all kinds of goodies. It was so much fun to do all that work. It was, and it was work, but I loved it. I enjoyed it. They loved it. They enjoyed it. And I can't just call them customers, because they're all also my friends. And one of my friends, Deborah, she makes jewelry also, as well as being a wonderful card maker. And so she had brought some things for us to pick from, and I bought a few pieces from her. And did I think to bring them in here to show them to you? No. But that's all right. Maybe by the time I record this coming Friday's pre-recorded video for you, I'll have thought to bring them in and let you see what I bought. I think I bought two pairs of earrings, and she gave me a pair. So I thought that was just so sweet. And that was like her little gift to me for Christmas. So that was awesome. Okay, I am showing 9:59, and I'm going to go ahead and get this party started. I was set up to use StreamYard, and I had everything kind of set up in StreamYard, so I thought, and I get ready to go live, and it goes, no, you're on an iPhone. You have to use a Safari browser. I don't use a Safari browser. Never have. I don't even know if it's on my phone anywhere. So yours truly gets to do even more homework than she had planned on, and go find the Safari browser and start to get familiar with it so I can use StreamYard. I got to tell you guys, iPhones are overrated. I cannot wait to get back to an Android. I love Samsung phones. They always did so well for me. And when it's time for this phone to retire, I will be going back to Android. I have more functionality. It's just better. It's better. I didn't even bother to bring my tablet in here. I am assuming that this is showing in landscape mode. I'm seeing it that way on my phone. I told it in the settings to go landscape. Hopefully it's landscape. I hope. But I'm bummed out that I wasn't able to use StreamYard. So 10:01, let's go ahead and get started. What you are seeing right here is the new glass mat that you will be able to pick when you decide, when your catalog goes live January the 4th. And I know you can't see the whole thing, but do you see how it's got all the inches and everything these little corners that you're seeing, honestly, they are part of the packaging. I mean, this thing was packaged in this box. It is 17 by 14 inches. Is it 17 by 14? Let me look here. Yes, 14 by 17. You have the Stampin' Up logo here, and you have some pretty graphics right down here. It was packaged very well, and so I'm excited about using this, most especially for ink blending. And also part of that is this silicone mat. I don't know if you can see that here. And you'll be able to like lay your cardstock in here if you want to do watercoloring, ink blending, any of that kind of thing. And because it's silicone, it's not going to move. And then there is also, and I have not opened this yet, but this is called the Stampin' Glass Mat Accessories. Here is a cleaning towel. Let's just go ahead and open this so I can tell you what it feels like. And get this open real quick. Yeah, I could have got my big scissors out and I didn't. It looks to be about 1/8 of an inch thick. It is much bigger, oh my, than the chamois that we currently sell. And I'm not going to say that this is supposed to replace the chamois, but I like this. Again, I can feel a titch of dampness, but I feel where it's a little drier and stiffer here. So, yes, I'm going to say that you would wet this and keep it in a, yeah, you can keep it in a baggie like I do, or in a Stampin' Up case, fold it up, however you like to do your thing. And let's just go ahead and get this all the way out too. Now, I thought I had, you know, I'm not going to do all that crinkle trying to pull that apart. Let's just go ahead and get it open, however, so crudely. But yeah, I was so happy with the Christmas party. And of course, I had a gift for everyone from me. All right, let's get this. Is this solid? That's solid. Let's get this out so you can take a look at it. But when you decide to sign up and get the starter kit, all of this I have been showing you, the glass mat, the silicone mat, the cleaning towel, all of that can be yours for free, along with your $129. Oh, look, do you see this? Man, that's there. It's not moving even on that glass like that. And I'm pressing hard, guys. This is awesome. Awesome. All right. So, that is one of the options. Or you can choose to get an extra $30 in free product. And that will start January the 4th. I'm going to move this out of the way. I don't need this right now. And I do want to show you real quick. So this is one of the suites. And I'm not going to start showing the DSP and all that stuff. I'm just not. This is the bling that goes with it. I ordered an extra pack. And you have Berry Burst, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather are the colors. You have these pre-die cut butterflies that you can ink blend, foil, do whatever you want to do. Leave them white. Isn't that awesome? There are 40 in this pack. Now, any of this can be ordered separately. You don't have to buy the whole suite, okay? There's 2 bundles. There is perennial postage, which is a lot of sentiments. Now, I took the cellophane off, but I have not had this out to look at them. Can you tell? Let's see. Oh, look at all those wonderful sizes. I'm loving it. Oh, I'm so excited to get to play with some of this stuff. I really am. Well, I don't have to put that back in there and lay that to the side. And it is a red rubber stamp set. Yeah, I just got this late in the afternoon yesterday, and guys, I was busy last night. My catalogs came in this order, and I was busy getting them ready to be mailed out, hand delivered, and all that good stuff. Here is the painted lavender, which is the other bundle if you buy the suite and get everything. And then they have the dies as well. So, isn't that paper pretty? I can't wait to tear into this. And I did get some other goodies, but we're going to leave that alone for right now. And let's get ready to make today's card. And I do not have a sample card for you guys. I've kind of pre-planned a little bit here. So what we're going to start out with, this is going to be the piece that goes on the inside. And this is going to be a birthday card. And I stamped it in Highland Heather. I have got a piece for the outside of my card that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I embossed it with that crosshatch embossing folder that comes in the Basics 3D embossing folder. I'm going to bring some light back. That just looks so dark to me. I hope that helped. And then one of the sentiments came, the one for the inside, because you totally deserve it, did come from the Charming Sentiments that is in the annual catalog, and a lot of you already have that. And then for my card base, I just have a regular card base of fresh freesia, 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and we scored it at 4 1/4. And the colors that I'm going to be using today is Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia. This is almost going to be a 2-for-1 video because I'm going to be doing a little bit of ink blending, but we're also going to do some foiling, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to do, and you don't need those high-end machines. You do not have to have them. I have a basic laminator here, a Royal Sovereign, that I bought 3 or 4 years ago on Amazon. I think I paid $20, $25 for it. And it has worked fairly well. I've been mostly pleased with the results in an inexpensive laminator. However, I will tell you and reveal to you, a couple of months ago, Gina K released her fuse. This is a special edition. It's called the Amethyst. Her birthday is in February. Amethyst is her birthstone. And honestly, it was mine all my life too. Now, I was born in June. I never liked Alexandrite. And so I adopted the Amethyst as my birthstone. In fact, my high school ring was Amethyst. And I do have an older sister. Her birthday is in February. She also has Amethyst. Maybe that was part of it. Now, when Gina K released this a couple of months ago, she had ordered thousands of them. Guys, they sold out in 2 hours. She was just flabbergasted. She thought she had ordered enough that would last them a few months of inventory. They were all gone. And let me tell you, you not only got the system, but you got $35 worth of free products. I haven't even touched any of mine yet, but this is a special edition Wild Lilac and Amazing Amethyst foil, and the 14 karat gold. These are called fancy foils. Anything you buy on her site, anything that you buy on Thermo website that say like Deco Foil, Foilables, Foil Mates, any of those can be used with a laminator. And she freely admitted that there was some gold in here that the manufacturer threw in, whose quality is dubious. So I'll be using this just to play with and see what's going on. Now, Gina K a few months ago released polyglaze foiling sheets. Guys, I love these, and we're going to use some today in making our birthday card, and I'm going to show you what a game changer this is. Traditionally, in order to apply foil, you needed toner sheets and they were black. Well, if you didn't get a good foil adhesion, you had black showing through, and it was not very nice looking. Her polyglaze is white. And this is just the cover showing you what's in here. So, for instance, the foiling sheets, there's 10 sheets, lovely notes, and you have well, I guess my printer decided it was just going to automatically self-clean. Sorry about that if you can hear it. But these are just awesome. You can foil a whole sheet at a time, and you can cut them up. You can use it as a whole card front. Isn't this awesome? All the stuff that she put in here that is not for sale on her website. They were special edition. And then, of course, you've got the owner's manual and the carrier sheet. And I've got that over here to the side. I'm going to show you just how easy it is. Now, back in February of this year, I'm just going to put this to the side for a second. She released a bundle. And you don't have to buy all this stuff like I did. She had the polyglaze sheets, Radiant Roses, 10 sheets, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and you have 2 of each sentiment on each sheet. And so today we are going to be using a birthday wish for you. And here are the Radiant Roses also in the polyglaze, and we are going to foil one of those sheets. She also had matching stencils. So here we've got the flower and we have the leaves. Again, you can buy this stuff separately. You don't have to buy all of them. And then for the words that are over here on the polyglaze, there are word dies that will cut each sentiment out. And there is a stamp and die set. So let me show you real quickly. Now her stamp set came in a long, can you kind of see that? I cut it in half so it would fit into one of my Stampin' Up cases. And it's a 2-step stamping where you have your fill stamp and your detail stamp. And you have the same sentiments that we're going to be foiling today. And then here are the dies for all the stamps. But I fell in love with this, and I have used it for birthday cards, and I thought, you know, I need to use this today with you guys. So let's go ahead and I cut the top off so I wouldn't have to undo that sticky adhesive on the back. And let's just pull one of these out so you can see what the actual sheet looks like. But there you go. It's kind of a gray on white. And I don't know where the technology comes from. I have not seen anybody else have anything like this. And I'm loving it. Loving it. I do have the traditional toner sheets, the black ones, and I do use them. There are, if you go to Thermal Web, they carry Gina K's products, just in case she might be out of stock on her website. Thermal Web carries, there are other places too that carry the Gina K products. So just do you a Google search and find out what prices are the best. Let me just get one of these. I've got a hold of 2 of them, but there we go. Look at that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to turn on. I'm going to take these out because I will need the stencils. I told you there would be some ink blending in there as well. Oh, and there's also an embossing folder. Now, what I did in prepping for this video, just to give you an idea, and this is just cheap cardstock, guys. This is not even basic white. When I get ready to play, I don't use the good stuff. So I ran this through the embossing folder, and I don't know how well you can see. It is not a 3D. It's beautiful, beautiful texture. I then took those stencils and laid them on top, and I used Poppy Parade and Lemon Lolly. Isn't that funny? Lemon Lolly mixing in with that orangey red Poppy Parade, and it brought it out into like a coral peach color. But isn't that pretty how that came out? I mean, that right there is a good card front. Put a sentiment on there and you're good to go. Although I would redo it and put this on good cardstock. Then I took the stamp set and I just stamped. I didn't emboss. I didn't run it through the embossing folder. And I used Blueberry Bushel for the detail outline. And I used Azure Afternoon stamped off one time to do the fill. And then I used Full Strength on the leaf outline, Parakeet Party. And then I stamped it off one time and stamped it in the middle. So even just the stamp set alone is gorgeous. All right, I have my 2 sheets out here. And I want to be sure, let me just put this behind me on my computer desk that's behind me. I want to bring this in and show you how you turn it on, how quick it heats up. So here's the fuse. Now, I know my cord's longer than that. On the back of it, you have your off and on switch. And if it should ever happen, I've never had it happen. Even with my basic laminator, you can hit this switch if something is jammed or crinkled. You can reverse it right back out. That's a great safety feature to have. Now, the thing about the Gina K, I paid $69.95. If you go and look at the price for the Mink and some of these other high-end machines they have 4 rollers in them. Gina K's has 4 rollers. A basic laminator has 2, okay? And a basic laminator, you either have cool or hot. You don't have anything in between. Well, with the other ones that are out there on the market and with Gina's new one, you can select your heat level, okay? So I'm going to go to 3. You can do 0. You can go to 1, 2. I'm not hitting it right. My finger's a little sore, so I'm trying to use a different finger. I have been doing so much other stuff. There we go. Now, that's going to blink, but within about 30 seconds or so, it's going to be green. I've never had a laminator heat up that quick. It's amazing. I'm going to tilt it just a little bit here, and we're going to get our foil out that I have already pre-cut. Now, I did take it from this iCraft Deco foil. If you decide to get into this, be very careful as to what kind of foil you buy. If it says hot foil, that is for like your glimmer machines, and there's a couple of others out there on the market by other manufacturers. Those are what I consider high-end machines, and I'm not saying they're not good to get. I'm just not interested in investing that much, because you're talking $100+ to get into those other machines. And I will refer you over to Jennifer McGuire's channel. She's got lots of videos where she shows how to use all that. But you get 5 sheets in here. This is what you're seeing right here is half of 1 sheet, because I took 1 sheet and I cut it in half because I knew we would be running 2 sheets through. Your foil is very thin. It's really thin. And when you use it on your project, you would think you would put it shiny side down. No, you put it shiny side up, just like that. And if you're, see, there it is. It's already heated up. Isn't that awesome? That's awesome. I'm seeing a green light in person, but through the camera, it's kind of looking whitish. So I don't know what you're really seeing there. But you want to cut it as close to the size of your project that you can, because it is possible that this could come off on your carrier sheet. Honestly, I'm not worried about it. One thing you do want to be mindful of when you are getting ready to foil, and that's dust. Dust is your enemy. Any kind of dust or anything on here will keep that foil from adhering any place there is a speck of dust. And so Gina K will use Swiffer dusting cloths. And to be honest, I don't have a one in my house. I use the ones that go on the wand, but I don't have the little white dusting cloths. So we are simply going to take this. 3 is about the average heat. You would not want to go higher than that unless you were dealing with some kind of media that was thicker and needed more heat. And you probably wouldn't want to go less than 3 unless you were trying to foil some, on vellum, something that couldn't take just a whole lot of heat. So we're just going to take this, I'm going to lay that in there. It is automatically going to get a hold of it and take it through when I get it in there far enough. There we go. And it will just automatically run that through. When it comes out, we'll go ahead and get this one ready to go. What am I foiling? Did I pull out 2 of these? I may have got 2 of these instead of 1. Love those guys. They are such a game changer without investing a whole lot. Can you foil without a laminator? Yes, you can. Tombow is sticky even when it dries, right? So you can take a stamp and stamp with Tombow, let it dry, and then once it's good and dry, you can lay the foil down over it and, even just with your finger. And this was not the best example for me to prep for a camera. This came out of that, is it Abundant Beauty? No, it's not Abundant Beauty. Anyway, it's in the annual catalog. I stamped off one time in boho blue, and I should have used a more solid stamp. This has got more like the little skinny stamens. So I did it again, full strength boho blue, and the glue was a little bit gloppy over here, and it actually impeded adhering, so I didn't get good foiling. Can you get away with doing that? You can. I would recommend you only do that to get little tiny bits of foil, like to accent the middle of a flower. I would not want to use that technique on a full image. You want to make sure it's clear. Are you ready? Are you ready for the emboss? You want to make sure it's cooled off before you peel it back. Look, guys. Look at that. I love it. Love, love, love this. Now, you can, if you wanted to, although this particular pattern, in my opinion, doesn't lend itself too well to it, you can take this negative foil and you can put this on top of a white or black toner sheet. And what you'll have, if you have a black toner sheet, where it took the foil for the outline, it will show through black or it'll show through white, depending, and then you'll have the gold foil in your background. Now, what you can also do is just go ahead and foil this on a piece of white and then take that and use that as a foil accent layer under your main image. You know how we like to have metallic sticking out in frames on our cards? That's another idea that you could use that for. Okay, I am so happy with that. I do see a couple of places where it didn't quite get it all the way, and that's the first time that has happened to me, and I'm sure it has to do with the fact that I'm on camera, that I'm live, and probably not taking care of this as well as I should. I don't know why I am more nervous on lives. Yeah, and it could be that my little soft cloth here is just not up to totally removing the dust. If I need to, I will absolutely get on Amazon and order some, because I've not seen them in my stores here locally. And it may be that I just don't know what I'm looking for. This carrier sheet came with it. I will tell you that for the longest time, whenever I did any foiling with my regular laminator, that I use parchment paper. And that can kind of work. But honestly, when you have a carrier sheet like what Gina K sells, or ThermoWeb has one that the coating on the inside of the carrier sheet is actually silicone, and so it transfers more heat and it does it so much better. So anyway, let me get a hold of this, and we're going to let that cool for just a second. And then we are going to start die cutting. Now, can you run it through twice? You can. Although on a heat setting of 3, you can do what's called overfoiling. And let me show you what I mean. I had taken a piece of foil and foiled this. And I ran it back through again. And I don't know if you can see. Can you see where part of it looks a little grainy? Now, it was not a deal breaker because all I was doing was making the middle of a flower, okay? Whereas this one, that was the first time it went through, and it's shinier, okay? All right, so not a deal breaker for me, and in fact, one of those that I cut out of the overfoiled is that one right there, and there's not a thing wrong with using that on a card. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. So I would hesitate and be wary of running it back through, although if you absolutely had to, you could. And you do want to make sure it's totally cooled off. You don't want to jerk it out of your machine and reveal this too quickly. Oh my. Oh my. Look at these sentiments. Oh my heavens. Isn't that awesome? I'm loving it. And I love the fonts. Beautiful. Okay, at this point, we are done with that. Now, I'm going to keep my sheets because I can always do negative foiling and die cut them out and use them on another card, on other cards. So really, there is no waste whatsoever. So what I would suggest, if you have a regular laminator, go and pick you up a roll of foil that will work with a laminator. They have so many colors, guys. They have tons of colors. There's silver, there's gold, there's sparkly gold, there's rainbow colors, there's so very many. I have got, supposed to be a planter to put flowers in. It says Flower Market. I have got some foils in here, and they are just gorgeous. So this one here is called Rainbow Shattered Glass. You see all the different colors? Isn't that pretty? I've used that one. There's copper. There is a mother of pearl that is gorgeous on dark cardstock. Isn't that pretty? And silver. There you got the silver. And Gina K has one that is called Sterling Silver that's more of a matte. It's not as shiny as this, and it gives beautiful results as well. So, and there are so many more choices out there than even what I've got. So, awesome, awesome. All right, we are going to take and get this set up for die cutting. I want to safeguard these. It would break my heart if something happened to these, so I'm going to lay these up and out of the way. And I want to get the dies for, all right, I've got them for the words. I knew I needed it for the words. Let me pull that down. There's a new host code, guys, from now until the end of December. And I appreciate you guys so very much for being so sweet about me taking last week off. Just so I could get ready for that party. Because, yes, it was a lot of work, but it was so much fun. I really enjoyed doing that. Now, I am looking for my dies for the flowers. You've got to have those. And in the meantime, we will rock and roll, and we'll start cutting out a sentiment. We only need to cut one. Where did I put those dies for? Oh, there they are. Right there. They were in the stamp set. And because of the width of this, I can't use my mini-me. I will have to bring up my my big machine. I hate doing that on camera. I do. I hate that. So here we go. And I want a birthday wish for you. And now when you order dies from Gina K now, they come on a magnetic sheet. Isn't that awesome? That is awesome. All right, I'm looking here. That's going to be, let's see. Is that it? Nope. I don't think so. It has been, I have not touched this set since February. So it's been a hot minute. There we go. There it is. Right there. So I am going to use some Post-it note tape because I would cry if I messed that up. But isn't it neat? You get 2 of each sentiment with 1 pass through the machine. And that is 6 cards at one time. Boom. And if all you wanted to do was add a foiled sentiment and not even do anything else in foil, well, that would work too. Absolutely would. So, and she's got all kinds of polyglazed sheets and designs on her site. I have not been able to get all the ones I would like to have, and that's okay. I am very, very happy with what I have here. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to bring up the Big Boss. We're going to cut that real quick. Just die cut that out. And I've got my magic mat simply because I have this gold foiling on here. And we're going to run this through ever so quickly. Yeah, see, I could have done a lot of prepping and just told you guys, hey, this is what you do, this is what you do, yada, yada. But sometimes it is so awesome to actually see it being done. So here we go. Look there. Isn't that pretty? I'm loving, loving, loving that. All right, so I'm going to lay that where I hopefully don't lose it in the next few minutes. And I'm going to put this off to the side. And I'm going to get out my other dies, and we're going to get ready and run some flowers and things through. There we go. But I hope you guys are enjoying this. I know there are mixed feelings out there on using non-Stampin' Up products, but can I tell you guys something? I get bored real easy. I don't know if you guys do or not. I do. I get bored real easy. And if I'm not challenged, I just kind of get mentally. My creativity takes a hit. And I think that's true for any of us. You know, when we start getting bored with what we're doing, that's not a good thing. And when I first got into card making, I hit the ground running, guys. I didn't go slow. I wasn't timid. I was doing some really elaborate things right off the bat. Now, I am going to want to die cut several flowers. And again, it has been a few months since I've used this, so bear with me. We'll get that put together. I'm just picking out these dies. And I thought it would be nice to have at least a couple of big ones. And maybe a couple 3 small ones on the layout of the card. But yeah, we're going to be here just a hot minute, guys. But that is one of the benefits of doing a live. So now I have to figure out which, is that for that one? You have 2 different size leaves, actually 3. And oh, they're going to go on there together. It looks like it. Is it this one down here? Am I still in camera? Let me sketch that up where you can see a little bit of what I'm doing. That's not it. It must be this one over here. See, like I said, I could have prepped all this, and that would have been the easy button for me as well, to be honest. It would have been the easy button for me. So, can I get that one? I can get that one. Not sure how many leaves I want or need. And these will all have to have just a little bit of tape on them. They will. All right, what else do I have here? I have this little short flower. So if I can get that on there. It looks like all the dies are going to fit, which is amazing. That's amazing to me. And I think that's really all I'm going to do for the first pass. So let's get this tape down. And Stephanie Davis, if you're watching the replay or if you are here live, let me know. You were a winner about 3 weeks ago of my giveaway for some bling. And I have tried to find you. I did leave a comment on one of your comments on one of my older videos. I went back and found where you had made a comment. I replied to you because I do that. I mean, I don't want people to try to interact and me ignore them. I love it when y'all comment. Love it, love it, love it. And so I want to acknowledge. But I did go back and I added yet another comment, knowing that YouTube is pretty good about sending notifications whenever somebody has made a comment on your video. So, and vice versa. They're good to let you know if you comment on one of my videos and I respond to you. They're good to let you know that too. So, last chance, Stephanie. If I can't reach you to inform you by my pre-recorded Friday video, I will have to go ahead and just resubmit it for another drawing. And I would hate to see you miss out on that. I really would. So if you see this, if you're hearing me, send me an email at raescreatecards@gmail.com. And I'll be sure and get that on the way to you. Now that die there is not... Sketch that up a little. There we go. I'm nervous taping this stuff down because of the foil, so I'm trying to be extra careful here. Now let's see what we get. I may not have needed to use the magic mat, but I just felt a little safer using the magic mat. I'll sketch that up a little bit where y'all can see better. And let's see what we have here. And hopefully, everything came out well. There we go. Oh, I love it, guys. And it looks even better in person. It does, than it does on camera. It is just amazing. Kind of like using that Wink of Stella, you know, it gives that beautiful effect, but the camera can't always pick it up. And I marvel every time that happens because I am reminded anew how awesome God created our eyesight, our eyes. I mean, just awesome. So, All right, we're getting there, getting there. And again, I'm trying to be super careful. Putting all my little bits and pieces over here on my Big Boss so that I can reuse them here in just a second. Because I definitely want at least 2 of the big flowers. And not sure how many of the small ones I'm going to end up using. So we're going to slide them off to the side and get ready to take one more pass, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. I want to do some ink blending, and I think the colors that I am going to use for this today will be Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia, which is why I picked, you know, the Fresh Freesia card base. And let's go ahead and get this lined back up. And here we go again. Spin, spin, spin. I should have been paying attention, and I wasn't too much when I put it on here the first time. I'm looking at my curves and my indents to try to figure out where the indents go. That's usually what I look for first. Am I getting there? There we go. Well, it's getting there. No? Yes? Yes, no? Come on. Don't do this on a live. Well, why not on a live? I'm not exempt. There we go. Ta-da! And I probably had it earlier and just didn't see it and missed it. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? Okay, let me get that kind of lined up really close. Really close. There we go. We can get that one. And I'm trying to be careful not to get any tape coming in contact with that foil. I don't know if it would tear that off, but trying to make sure it doesn't. And by the time we get done ink blending, any little flaws, anything, they're going to be gone. They'll be gone. Okay, so I've got that, and I need, is that this one? Nope. Nope. Let's get these going. Need another little piece. I think I need that big a piece. This one lined up. But, you know, I'm amazed at how much foresight and pre-planning and thinking Gina K puts into everything. And Stampin' Up does too. I'm not saying they don't. Gina K, and a lot of people don't know this, she used to be Stampin' Up. She did. She used to be Stampin' Up, and I wasn't around in the industry when she would have been with Stampin' Up, so honestly, I don't know. Yeah, it's too big. Is it? I don't really want the little leaves, I don't think. I want the big ones. Because I don't envision wanting to use even little leaves with the little buds or anything. We'll just let the little buds be little buds. Yep, that one moved. Come on now. Be nice, guys. Be nice. Don't shift. That one really shifted. There we go. Now, if I'm very, very careful, let's go ahead and get those through. I'm going to go ahead and lay these over to the side. And we'll run these, and then we're going to get ready to move on. We'll have everything prepped and ready. Going on 48 minutes. We're going to have to hurry up and rock and roll, right? I don't want to keep you here past an hour. I feel like for a live, an hour is not excessive. Y'all may disagree with that, but leave me comments down below. How are things going for you and getting ready for your own Christmas with your family, with your friends? Are you behind the gun? Are you pretty much on par? Are you pretty much caught up? Are you still making Christmas cards? Let me know all that in the comments below. Let me know where you're from. Absolutely. I love to know. I do. It is wonderful that our card making community, our creativity is worldwide. It's amazing. All right, I think we're going to be okay with what we have. So, rescue my pieces, rescue my dies. Think I may throw them over into my magnetic tray over here. And let's go ahead and put Mr. Big away, the big boss. Get him out of our face. He's wonderful when he's needed, but the rest of the time, not so much. All right, I've got that over to the side. Now, I want to take and get these kind of laid out. And I'm going to ink blend right here on my, and it looks like I've already got little bits and bits right there, but I'm not going to let that slow me down. Let's see, one that size, maybe one this size. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to use, let's just do 3. And then for the leaves, let's bring in all 4 of the big ones. Just don't think I'm going to play with the little ones. However, one could always go on the inside of the card, right? So, and I'm not wasting these. I'm going to put these to the side for another time. And let's start with the flower. And I am simply going to lay this over and get it lined up. Do I have it? I believe it goes like this. It does. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Come on here. Get lined up. Let me get it tilted just right. You will know when you have the stencil lined up because the gold will be covered up. But I'm not getting that lined up. Why am I not? Because you definitely want to foil and die cut first before you do any ink blending. And I'm not sure why that is not. Oh, no wonder. Had it upside down. Ding, ding, ding. All right, let me get this over here, get it turned to the right orientation. Maybe this wasn't the best idea for going live. I should have stayed maybe with something a little simpler, a little easier. And maybe I should have done a dry run. But guys, I didn't have time. I just did not have time. I have been busy all weekend doing my own thing. All right, well, let me tell you what I'm about ready to do. I'm about ready to, I wish Gina was here looking over my shoulder. She'd be laughing and giggling, and she'd be showing me how to fix it. But, oh my goodness, I didn't have this hard a time the very first time. There we go, now we're getting there. Sorry, guys. Oh, that's me. This is all on me. So sorry. So let me make sure the gold is disappearing and that I'm covering it up correctly. Now, I will tell you this. When you're ink blending, the gold resists it. The gold is non-porous, and so it won't absorb into your gold foiling that you just went to all that time and trouble to do. It won't. I've got to, you know, I need to lay these where I can get a hold of them easy. I'm going to bring in my inside piece where they're laying on regular paper and not on this silicone. Here we go. Be much easier to pick up. Much easier. Love the silicone because it keeps things pretty stable, but it also has its negative. So I've got my Highland Heather, and I did order, when all the sales were going on, I did order the itty bitty blending brushes from Rabbit Hole Designs. This is going to be my first time to use them. And when you get it, it actually comes in a really hard two-piece tube. So if you want to put them back down into that tube, you can. I gave them to my husband. I said, here, you know, you might have a use for these, because they were exceptionally sturdy. You can also elect to use this to hang it up with if you wanted to. I'm not going to, but let me show you how much thought they put into this. You simply detach it right there and take it out. And if you want to ever put that back in, or let's say you want to put this on something else, that absolutely will just go right back up in there and click in. I don't know if you heard that little faint click. And there you go. So they pretty much tried to think of everything. I'm just going to get this inked up. See how much I've got there. Because I want to start in the middle with my darkest color. Just right in the middle of that flower. Just like so is where I want most of that deep color. I think I want just a little bit more than that. That's a good sized flower. And just a little bit more deepness. And then, don't move. And then I'm going to take another one. I've already took the thing off, and I'm going to get my fresh freesia. And we're going to fill out the rest of the flower with the fresh freesia. There we go. I don't care if my silicone sheet stains. It's going to. I mean, you know, when you have, it's just like our photopolymer, good quality stamps, but they are going to stain. That moved a little bit. Don't move. Get back on there. There we go. Yeah, it's just part of how things go. So I'm not real worried about that. And let's do a reveal. Ooh, what do you think? Do you like that color combo? I think that is so pretty. I'm loving it. Love, love, love it. All right. I am not seeing any comments. If anyone is here, give me a shout out. And I don't see anything. Okay. All right, not a problem. Now, so I've got that one. And we have one more big one. And I will caution you, when you are doing ink blending, see how I've got a little bit right here around? If you go in with another color, you're going to take that with you. So when you're ink blending, be mindful of that, and possibly have a damp rag, not a real wet one, but some kind of a damp rag to wipe off one color before you go with another color. But because my colors are so similar, I'm not, well, I didn't want it in the fresh freesia. I'm not too worried about that. So here's my Highland Heather. Ink that up. Let's do the middle of this flower here. And a little bit more. Let me get a little bit more ink over here. I wish my space wasn't quite so small and so limited. It is what it is, and I'm grateful for what I have. So I am not going to complain. I am not. And then I'm going in with the fresh freesia. Now when I do, I am going up into that Highland Heather a little bit and bringing some of that out for a more seamless blending. And no two flowers are ever going to be blended the same. See how I'm going even right back over the Highland Heather? And if it dulls it too much for you, just go back in and put a little pop right there. All right, so we have that one. Now, if you do, when you get finished with your ink blending, and where'd my little soft rag go? I covered it up with my fuse. You can just simply take a paper towel or any kind of a really soft cloth and just rub it, because the foil is not going to absorb it. And so all that shiny, shimmery goodness is still there. Isn't that awesome? And it looks to me like it did good here. However, just for ha-has, going to go ahead and just wipe that ever so gently. There we go. All right, guys. Okay, now, at least I now know which end is up for... I need to get my medium flower in here. Let me move this. My stuff is falling. There we go. Put that back on here. Let's get this one going. And yes, I could have taped down my stencil, and probably that was the smart thing to do. I think, guys, I have decided I am going to order the sticky mat from Waffle Flower. And I'm going to do that because they make one just for the Misty. And if you follow me on a regular basis, you know that I did end up ordering the Misty. Haven't been able to use it too much on camera. But yeah, I've got the Misty, and I've still got my Stamparatus. I will not get rid of it. I actually still have a brand new Stamparatus still in the box that I ordered when I knew that we were losing them. But yeah. All right, this flower is a little smaller, and I did try to make it a little darker because, you know, when a flower is not fully open, they are a little bit darker. And so, there we go. Love it. Love it. Now, that was my 3 flowers, so I'm going to put this to the side so I can take it and rinse it. Yeah, I just take mine to the sink, rinse them under water. The ink just all goes away. However, I don't want to mess up my inside panel for my card. All right, let's get some leaves going here. Get them ink blended. And I think I'm going to use, I'll use Parakeet Party. I think I will. Now, I will caution you, anytime you have a stencil that has a delicate part to it, see how delicate that is? When you apply your ink, go in one direction. Don't go in circles and don't go back and forth. Just apply your ink in one direction, and that should work. Now, let me see which one this is. Is it that one? Looks like it. I just need to tilt it. Maybe it's not. Looks like it would be this one. I just need to tilt it right. Get it on there. It would help if I have it. Look, she gave me a cheat. Radiant Roses 1. It's written down there. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but it's there. It is there. And because I didn't stamp the image, and this does line up perfectly with the stamped image, it does. But it also lines up with your die cuts, which I thought was amazing. So let me get my Parakeet Party. I'm struggling. Honestly, my go-to color for the leaves for a rose would have been Garden Green. But I had it out yesterday playing with it, and it had some dry areas in it. So I inked it up. But I have found that once you ink one up, it's good to let it sit for just a few hours, truly, and let all that mix in together really well. I'm going a little bit darker, and I know you can't really see. It's a little bit darker in the middle of the leaf than it is on the outer edges. Isn't that pretty? And it's so easy to do ink blending. It's so easy. Let me get the same leaf. I believe it. Nope, that's not quite the same. That one's a little smaller. Let me get this one. And I'm not left-handed, guys, so I'm struggling. Okay. I was born left-handed. And I was born at a time when some people still had a stigma about left-handed people. And so I was forced to use my right hand. And you know, I say I was forced. Please don't think bad of my parents. They were wonderful parents. But, you know, they were trying to be protective and all that. So, no regrets there. For a lot of years when I was younger, I was pretty much ambidextrous. but not so much anymore. Okay, there we go. Got that one. Yeah, I'm going to have to get more ink. I thought maybe I had enough to go, but we'll get a little bit more of that Parakeet Party. Got that one. Okay. And one more. I don't know that I'll use all 4 of these, but maybe. Maybe. Am I still in camera? Oh, I still am. Awesome, awesome. Awesome. Okay. Got up this morning. Everything was covered in frost. It was beautiful. Not as good as maybe an inch or 2 of snow, but I'll take what I can get. All right, now we have the little flowers. So at this point, going to look and see. That looks, yep, that one matches up. So I'm done with my Parakeet Party. Just put that away and bring back my, all right, here's the fresh freesia. I don't need it. I need my Highland Heather. Look what I did. I swear on my time. If I can get into it, I will. All right, here's my Highland Heather. And because that's a small bud, it will really be darker. But even so, I'm still going to try I'm going to attempt just kind of pounce that in the middle and do some ink blending best I can, even though it's going to be a little darker. There we go. Let's see if I have enough left on my Highland Heather. Kind of blend that out. Not really. Needs to be a little bit more. A little darker. Got it? Got it. So there's our little bud, one of them. And I want this little short one. Put that there. Get this on here. Am I still on camera? I am. Awesome. Thank you guys for being here with me today. I appreciate you more than you know. You know, before all is said and done, you know I'm going to get ink on that panel. You know I am. I know I am. That's all right. We'll rock and roll anyway. Oh, my. So are y'all caught up with your Christmas cards? Have you mailed everything out that you have got to mail? Are you pretty much, you know, all systems are go? Okay, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one too, but we'll just go ahead and do it real quick anyway. Okay, let me tilt it. Am I there? Am I there? Almost. Almost. There we go. That's better. Go back to my... See if I have enough on there. Nope. So a little bit more Highland Heather. And then a little bit more fresh freesia. Blend that out. There we go. Guys, this is so much fun. I hope you have materials like this in your craft room. And if you don't, I hope you can, you know, eventually start acquiring, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there. And before long, it really adds up. Now, I will tell you, in the new mini catalog, and I will be going to the post office tomorrow to get everything mailed out. I wish I could make it there today, but I can't. Let me find it real quick. There is... We do have a set called Enduring Beauty. Look at that beautiful stamp. And the dies. And matching stencils. Enduring Beauty. Decorative stencils. That's how I'm putting it. Whatever. But I'll be excited to kind of start playing with that too and see what we can do. Okay. I managed to not do too bad a job on that. And let's get ready to start putting our card together at this point. I do have my sentiment cut out. Yes, I do. So we're going to get ready and just put it together and see what we can come up with. See what kind of, well, looks like I have a piece of glue. Let's get that off of there. But what do you guys think? Do you have a laminator? Do you ever do any foiling? Do you want to get into doing some foiling? Would you like to see more videos like this? I will do my best to try to come up with some simpler, easier ways maybe that you can use the foiling. And by all means, if all you have or can get is a regular laminator, don't let that hold you back, because that's all I've been using for 2 years now. So if I can do it, you guys can do it. Absolutely. So I got to make sure I get plenty of glue on this embossed background here. I don't know. Maybe I should have used Highland Heather. It would have been the darker color, and it might have let all this pop a little bit more. Don't know. I just went with the fresh freesia. Okay, got that down on there. And I don't know as far as popping these up on dimensionals. That's a possibility. But let's see what we've got here. So, got one there. I don't want to tilt it too much. Let's put one there. Let's put one about so. And let's see, where do we want our leaves? Maybe one there. One over here. Mine camera, I don't know if I'm, yeah, I am, but I'm pretty far down. Let me move this stuff and I'll move it back up here. Let's see what we can do. How about if we take a little bud and have it coming up something like that. Do I want it out more? That's not bad. And let's have a little bud coming out maybe right down here. Need more leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's still an odd number. And let's put 2 leaves there. Do we want another leaf? Honestly, I don't really think it needs it. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. Let's bring something in down here. Will that work? How does that look to you guys? Y'all let me know. What do you think? Yes? No? Maybe? All right. Let's go ahead and start. I'm just going to go ahead and glue them down. Now, do you guys ever use press and seal? Do you ever use that technique? Because I keep some used sheets of press and seal in my card room. This one has still got some sticky to it. So I'm just going to take and rub that on there really well. And do my best to try to pick all these pieces up just like I've got them laid out. And that may or may not work. Or it may work up to a point. There we go. Got it. Now I can flip it over. And this one's sunk down in there a little bit. Let me raise him up. And it's going to be loose. That's okay. That's okay. Let me get some glue put on here. And we'll get this reattached. I'm going to lift this up. Put a little bit of glue under there. There we go. Not sticking to my shirt. Not on my shirt. I'm going to pick this one up. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there. Like so. Put a little bit of glue under here. Like so. And right here. I love this press and seal. It's like a mama's little helper. I love it. Love, love it. There we go. Now I'm going to start putting glue just here on top. Don't have to use tons of glue, guys. As long as you've got enough on there where it's going to bond with that embossed layer. There we go. And I don't know how many of you have been here, how many of you have just popped in or anything like that. But I will here in just a second, I will show you what I showed at the beginning of the video on the embossing folder that goes with this and how I, oh, need some under there too, don't I? Let's put a little bit right there, lay that down. The embossing folder then also coordinates with this set. So what do you think? Are we good? Is that a good layout, you think, for a above and beyond birthday card? You know, I wouldn't do this for just anybody. Well, I would for you guys, but wouldn't do this for just anybody. And then here, we're going to put the sentiment right down here. And let's pop it up. It might be just a titch of a challenge. But let's go ahead and pop that up. Let me get my scissors out. They are out, and I've covered them up. Help, help, I've lost my scissors. Here they are. But yeah, the embossing folder. Just ran it through the embossing folder, and then I used those same stencils to ink blend, and I used Poppy Parade Lemon Lolly. The yellow in with that red-orange. Drew it out to a coral peachy tone, which I thought was neat. And then I took just a stamp set. And I used Blueberry Bushel for the outline. Azure Afternoon stamped off one time for the fill. Parakeet Party stamped off for the fill. And yeah, it's just a gorgeous set. But I gotta tell you guys, I am really excited about all the offerings in the mini catalog. Stamping Up nailed it. And I spent way more than I should have. And let me tell you, the Celebration catalog, hey, they really improved their game. They truly did. They knocked it out of the park with all the freebies. There is freebie bling. There are stamp sets. There are dies. There's all kinds of designer series paper. Some of the designer series paper that is free will coordinate with other sets that are in the regular mini. I say regular mini. That are in the mini. I'm having a hard time here. It is time for me to cut my fingernails back. It is time to do the wackadoodle on them. Absolutely. I need just a few more little pieces here. Get this supported really well before we lay it down. And I've got all of the stuff that I ordered sitting right over here next to me. But, you know, guys, I know a lot of demonstrators, even better than I am, are out there showing, you know, all the things that they pre-ordered. And so, I guess that's why I kind of hold back on doing a reveal. But, yeah, they knocked it out of the park. And the offerings in the mini catalog, you're going to have a hard time, ladies. I'm telling you, you're going to have a hard time trying to figure out what to get and what not to get and how to stretch those crafting dollars. That perennial lavender, the suite that I showed you at the beginning of the video, yeah. Oh, and let me all tell you, Wendy Cranford, y'all know I'm an affiliate for her Creative Vault, okay? She is doing a special right now for $4.95 a month. Now hear me out. $4.95 a month. You can get access to the 2 monthly lives that she does with her sister in the Creative Vault. Let me tell you guys, I laugh so hard and I look so forward to them, and I hate it if I miss a live. I mean, I'm disappointed like a little kid in a candy store that can't have any candy. they're awesome. So that is something you might want to check out. I will tell you what happens in the vault stays in the vault. But there we go. And free shipping tomorrow, guys, with Stampin' Up. And where did my little printout go? Free shipping only for the 14th. On orders of $75 or more, you get free shipping. It's one day only, so by midnight tomorrow night, it'll be over. It'll be done. All right, here we go. Here is our finished card. What do you think? Now, it took some time in this video. This video is fairly long. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to learn how to get on my game. Maybe what I should have done was prepped most of it and just left a little bit of it for you to actually see hands-on. But anyway, oh, Sherry, thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it. Yes, it's awesome, and it's inexpensive. You can order those deco sheets and order a roll of foil, a gold, a silver, whatever color you think you would want to use. Go to town making card fronts that will really put that wow factor on there very inexpensively. All right, guys, I will have a video pre-recorded up for you Friday. And so I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed that one little sneak peek of the lavender. As I'm using these new sets, I'm done with Christmas, guys. I'm not doing any more Christmas. All my Christmas sets are put away. My DSP is over in the corner hiding like a kid in trouble, okay? But we're moving onward and upward, and we're going to get into doing birthday cards and thank you cards and congratulations. And if I can think of it, we're going to do it. So y'all stay safe. Have a very blessed week. Know you are loved. God is good all the time. Bye.